84, take one.
Mr. McCown, what do you want?
The thing that I'd like to see most of all, I suppose, is that I'd like to see a real exhibit, a model of a community that exists within this country where black and white can walk together without being fear of being intimidated, without being fearful of being molested or fearful of the loss of their lives. We often hear people philosophizing, writing books about what community organization ought to be about. But no one has ever gone out to try to create the model community that other areas could use as examples to better their own economic condition and social condition. I'd like to see here in Hancock County, here in Mayfield, that type of community. I'd like to see right here a community where people are only concerned about people, where education is only concerned with children, not black, not white, just people. And I think that the system is flexible enough that it can be done right here. And I think that when true freedom really comes to the black man, it will come through the South, not through the North.
Why is that?
Well, the main reason is that in the North, the black man is dealing with a sophisticated type of segregation. He never knows exactly where he stands. He's held in a state of limbo, and he's dealing with a man's conscience. And I think that in the South, where it's either you do or you don't, it's where this, in other words, you cannot escape the problem. You cannot deal with the symptoms. You got to deal with the cause. And in the North, in the ghettos, we are continuously fighting the symptoms, and we're never dealing with the cause. Before the problem can be licked, it's got to be dealt with at its source, and the source is in the South. And when it's dealt with here, only then will there be freedom, justice, and equality in the North.
Do you say this to other black leaders?
I certainly do.
Do they listen to you?
I think they want to listen. But you know, it's like, if I often use this analogy, that if there's a lot of flies in the street, if there are a lot of flies there and there's trash and debris, you don't come in with a fly swat and try and kill each fly one by one. You first remove the debris. And then when the debris has been taken away, the flies tend to take care of themselves. And that's the problem of racism in this country. I believe that the problem isn't as racial as we'd like to think that it is. I believe that the problem is an economic problem. And I believe that when the economics of the South has been dealt with properly and kept in its proper perspective, I believe then that the problems of racism would tend to dissipate.